Hello, this is John Reon, and welcome to the real world as we are seeking truth daily together. And as we understand, President Donald Trump has been knocked off of all social media platforms, and they even took down Parler because President Trump went there. They're trying to silence him. What he's going to need to do is get his own URL and start his own social networking platform for people in America to have freedom of speech once again. Uh, the Bible reads, God raises up kings and he tears down kings. Donald Trump is not a king, but he wasn't expected to win the 2016 election. They gave him 1,000,000 to 0 shot of winning. And you can go back to all the old media stories about how there's no way he was going to be president. I even put a montage up about that. But this is a URL that I own. You go to Google, afirst.us, and search that, and here's what pops up. And I forgot I even built these associated with it, because I've had this URL for a long time and really haven't done anything about it. I really didn't plan on trying to make money off the internet, but now, I just want to do this full time. I want to study, research, bring people the truth, because YouTube closed out my channel. They killed me. I had 27,000 subscribers, and they kept taking subscribers away on a daily basis. They would and it's what they would do. They unsubscribe people from channels. They're controlling the algorithms. And so I own afirst.us. I just think it would be a great URL for Donald Trump to own. And let's go there real quick. Well, let's take a look at these real quick before I do this. See, this was back in 2012. What I did is I figured if people were going to understand who they're voting for, it would be a good idea to look at their voting records. So these are the two little sites I built for people to look at the Democratic presidential candidates and the Republican presidential candidates, because knowledge is power. And when you make a decision without all the knowledge, and that's why they're doing all this cancellation of freedom of speech, because there's people out there telling the truth, while there's mainstream media out there spreading lies, and you only get the one point of view, which is not 100% truth. And remember, 90% truth and 10% lies is a lie. Understand that. So let's, before we go to afirst.us, I'll show you what I did way back when. And this was Democratic presidential candidates. We'll click on that. And if you can see here, what I was trying to do is just make it real easy for people to go and read Barack Obama's voting record, Barack Obama's biography, Barack Obama's news, Barack Obama's official homepage. I just gave them all the information they needed to know about certain candidates that were running for president before they made the decision of who to vote for. And then I did the same thing for the Republicans. I built this site for you to come and look at the Republicans and all the people that were running. Back then I was a Ron Paul. I liked Ron Paul. But you can see who all was running for, and this was back in 2008. This was their information from 2008, but this was for the 2012 elections. And then, you have the Democrats and you have the Republicans. So that's what I was trying to do, is just getting the truth to people before they casted a vote for a certain individual. But we're living in the day and age now to where, you really don't know if your vote's counting anymore. So let's go to the main page, afirst.us. And over on this site, there's no pop-ups, there's no sign-ups, there's nothing here. But this is afirst.us. And there's videos up here, on here, that I had to go to other social networking platforms to put them up to give you the truth, because certain platforms will not allow someone to give you 100% of the truth. Matter of fact, there's a couple videos on here. Well, there's one video on here that actually got me kicked off of YouTube, and I hope just me saying that doesn't scare anybody away. I hope you'll come visit this site. It's afirst.us, and I would like to get this to Donald Trump. But my question to you is, do you think this would be a great URL for a freedom of speech social networking platform? afirst.us. Seek the truth daily, my friends. The truth will find you seeking. Oh, if you're still here, I wanted to add this to the video. Check this search out. A1STUS without the dot, okay? Look what happens. Well, let's do that without the dot again. Let's try it again. A1STUS, and we'll search. Now, how come we didn't hear much about this in the news? A first U.S. study finds Gilead drug works against coronavirus. Look at that, April 29th, 2020. How many of you heard about this? I didn't hear, I don't know if it very many news stories, but there was all these studies that find this drug works against COVID-19. I just found that, I mean, there's a lot of them, but, the news on the television didn't tell us about this very much. Did any of you hear about this? I didn't. So I just wanted to add that to the end of this video because that's something I remember when I was searching one time, and I forgot to put the dot after the T before the US, and then all these popped up. And I was like, wow, I never heard of that. But people apparently reported on it back in April 29. It was big news. What happened to that? Did they find out it was too effective and they didn't want everybody to know about it? I don't know. It just seems kind of strange that this didn't make it through the main news controlled media networks. So I just wanted to add this. Don't want to rattle on. Thank you for watching my videos, and please tell me what you think.